Sasha Banks, Mercedes Mone, is now in New Japan Pro Wrestling. She debuted at Wrestle Kingdom 17, and today on the channel I'm going to be showing you how to create a similar attire that she had on at Wrestle Kingdom. If you're only watching TheMan Games and you do enjoy today's video, please think about subscribing to the channel. If you already have subscribed, make sure you've got the notifications turned on, then you'll know when our next video goes up on the channel. And if you could click that like button, that'd be another great way to help support TheMan Games as well. So as you can see, we've got these two attires here. So we've got an in-ring and an entrance. So we're going to go into the in-ring attire first. So edit, so hair dye first. So as you can see here, this is the hair. So this is a little bit tricky to do. So first of all, I'd recommend to zoom out by pressing L2, click on dye. Hold the cursor down to make it big, the circle bigger. Press square. So I'm going to totally dye the whole hair blue. So obviously on the game her hair is a lot longer than it is in real life now. But obviously we can't shorten the hair, so we're just going to have to make it, make it look the best that we can do. Right, so now her hair is all that same shade of blue. So remember, look at the hue and the colour picker so you can get the correct shade of blue. And now we need to find a right shade of like a goldy orange. So maybe a shade similar to this colour here. So if you look at the hue and the colour picker again, that'll give you the correct shade. So first of all, we want to dye the strands down the front of the hair. So you can zoom out a little bit. Like this. And then same on the other side. Maybe make the circle a little bit bigger. Like that. And it was more of this shade as you got further down. So now we can maybe zoom out a little bit and do more area there. Like so. Now I want to zoom in again and make the circle smaller again. Just get the last few little bits there. Like that. And then we need to make it look like the flames are going like into a hair. So we need to make the circle slightly bigger to do this. So if we go up here like this. So this might be slightly different than the first Sasha Banks we saw at the beginning of the video, just because to show you how to re-dye it all, I'm going to have to do it all again from scratch. And then we'll put some more flames in this side here. Like that. And then again, down this side. Now there is a little bit of a red into her hair at Wrestle Kingdom, but I don't want to use too many colours and make it look a little bit messy, so that is why I'm just stuck to this shade of like a goldy orange. So now we'll do the same again on this side. So something a little bit like that now. Right, so now we're going to press on square again, and we are now going to go to black, accept, and now what we want to do is make the cursor small again, and now we just want to lightly, maybe zoom in a little bit here, go around the outsides of the flames to give it like a black outline. If the black isn't working that much, all you need to do is just zoom out a little bit more. And now as you can see there, that is more visible. So what I'm doing is I'm just tapping on X. I'm not holding it down. I just find this way works better by tapping it. And then also you can go on the outline of the hair here. like so. And now go around the outsides of this side here. Now if you think there's too much black, just make your circle bigger, and if for any reason it stops dying, then you do need to make the circle bigger, and you might just need to zoom out a little bit more. And then Mercedes' hair should look something like this. Right then, so now that the hair is done, we're going to go into clothing, and we're going to go to upper body. So to brassiere first, so there is quite a lot of images in this part now. So this is the brassiere that we chose here, that one there. So if you look at the screen, it's the one in the gold box. So it's 2 across from the fabulous Carmella one. And the materials for these is vinyl. And then the colour obviously wants to be white, so it's the whitest of white you can get. And now for the images, so we've got this oval image here, which is going there, like that. Now just to save a bit of time, the material for all of these images is going to be vinyl, and the colour, they're all going to be this shade of red there. So remember to look at the hue and the colour picker to get the correct shade. So that is that oval image there. So the oval image is covering all that side of the brassiere, but we're going to put an image to go over the top of it to square it off. So that is why it is not the shape of an oval there. Next one across now is exactly the same, but the other side. Like I said, make sure you're using the same shade of red that you've just used, and it wants to be vinyl for the material. Next one across now. So this one here is squaring off the top part there, as you can see, and the material for this wants to be vinyl as well. And as we can see here, we'll just change the colours. So that is covering up that part there, and obviously this time it wants to be white, like so. And next image here, this rectangular image, is exactly the same, but on the other side. So if we zoom in here, it is that part there, you can see it there, it's just gone slightly grey now. And that wants to be vinyl as well for the material and the colour white. So it looks like that. The next rectangular image, we zoom in here, is covering up that part there. So it's rendering off the shape of the oval, and the material for that again is vinyl, and the colour wants to be the same shade of red as we used before. I know I keep saying it, but I don't want you to, for some reason, have forgotten. Next image across now is that oval shape there. Same again, vinyl for the material and the same shade of red as before. And now we've got this line image here, and same again but on the other side now. So that is covering up that part there. Vinyl again and the same shade of red. And now we've got this oval image here. It is for that part there, and it is the same shade of red and vinyl for the material. Now next oval image across. Now we're doing exactly the same but on the other side. So as you can see, that is covering up that part there, and you guessed it, it is red again and vinyl for the material. Next oval image across is for that part there, and it is red again and vinyl again for the material. And now the rectangular image, so like we did before, that is squaring off the top of the oval image to make it the right shape, and that colour wants to be white and the material wants to be vinyl as well. Next one now, doing exactly the same but on the other side. That wants to be white and the material is vinyl. Now we've got this line image here, and that is just for that part there. As you can see, that is just gone slightly grey there, and that wants to be red and the material wants to be vinyl. And now we've got this rectangular image which is covering up that part there, and it is vinyl and red again. Now this line image here, so that is on the same, using it for the same part but on the other side. It's only a little image there, and it is red and vinyl again. And now this next rectangular image is for that part there, and it is red again and vinyl again for the material. And now the next rectangular image, so now we're moving up slightly. As you can see, that is for that part there. Same again, the same shade of red and vinyl for the material. Now we've got this line image, and that is for the top part there, as you can see, and that is red again and vinyl again for the material. Next line image across So it's hard to see, so we'll click on this image now. So sometimes when the images move onto the other parts of the top, which has done it here, so if we just change the colour here to like an orange, you can see that has changed. So what we've done is we put another image over the top of where the red has crossed over. So we just want to make that white, so then it blends in to the rest of the top, and the material wants to be vinyl. Next line image across now, that is for that part there, as you can see there, and that wants to be red and vinyl again. Next line image across, and that is for that part there. As you can see, it's gone grey now, and that wants to be red and vinyl for the material. Next line image across now. Now same as before, as you can see here, as we're changing the colours, the colour has gone over to the parts that we don't want it to, so we just put an image over it to cover it up so it is not red, and that wants to be white. Material wants to be vinyl. Next line image across now, and that is covering up that part there, as you can see, going to the top there, and that wants to be red and vinyl for the material. And finally we've got this oval image here, and a bit of red has gone onto the top part there, as you can see there now. So that just image is covering it up, so we want to make that white, like so. Wow, a lot of images to go onto there, but you know, if you want the results you need to put the work in. So that is for the top of Mercedes. And now for the upper arm left. So is this one here. So if you look at the screen now, it is the one in the gold box. And the material for these is vinyl and vinyl again. And then the colour is white and white. Right then, so now into the images for this. So image number one is this rectangular image. So this is just covering up the armband. So you've got one image going around the front and one image going around the back. So it's this rectangular image here, and the material wants to be vinyl, and the colour wants to be white. And then we're doing the same, but on the back of the arm. Same again. As you can see now, it's gone slightly grey. The material wants to be vinyl, and the colour wants to be white. And then we've got this oval image there, which is going in the centre of the armband. As you can see there now, it's gone grey as we're going to change it. And the material for this is vinyl again, and then the colour is that same shade of red as we've used before. And luckily with this one we can just copy that straight over to the upper arm right, so we don't need to do all that again. And now going down to fingers left and right. Now because this is the inner ring, you might not want, this is probably better off on the entrance, so you can do this now or you can do this in the entrance part, but I've done it on both. Fingers left is boss. You want to get it the right way around, or in an entrance it will say time boss and not boss time. I know from experience. And the material for these are just both default, so we won't bother clicking on both of those. And the colours are that shade of gold there. So remember to look at the hue and the colour picker to get the correct shade. And again for the second colour. And then you're doing exactly the same on the right hand, but you want time, as you can see there. Materials are both default again, and the colours are that same shade of gold. And again for the second colour. Now down to nails. So this is the left hand first. So it is the bottom one there, as you can see. Material is just default, and then the colour wants to be that shade of blue there, as you can see there. So remember to look at the hue and the colour picker, and that'll give you the correct shade. And then once again you can just copy that over onto the right hand by doing that. And now to neck accessories. So we've chosen this one here. Material for this is just default. Now hers at Wrestle Kingdom had a few red like jewels in the middle. You can't do that on the game, unfortunately. You can only choose one colour, and obviously we've chosen it to be white. And you can't add any images onto it, which is a bit annoying, so it has to stay white. And now to the lower body. So to wrestling tights. So I chose this one here. I know it's not an exact match, but I thought this was the best that we could do on 2K22. Now material for this, we have vinyl, vinyl, and vinyl. And then the colours we have white, white and white. And now into the images. So we've got this rectangular image here. So it's not the one we normally use on the channel. It is this one here that's got like a bit of a more funnier shape to it. And that is covering up that part there, as you can see. Now if you're trying to do this and it doesn't work, the reason is because we put another image around it, which we did like on the brassiere. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. So material for this is vinyl again. And the colour is that same shade of red. But if we just go back a second and lift it up, move it away, that is like the size it normally is. We've got an image going over that to make it the right shape. So that is the first image. Second image across now. So as you can see there, we've used this image here to flush it up. So that wants to be the colour white and the material wants to be vinyl for that. Next rectangular image across now is for that part there. So exactly the same again. Material wants to be vinyl and the colour wants to be red. Next one across now, this rectangular image. So we're back to the original rectangular image that we normally use again. And just like we did on the other side, that is covering up that part there. As you can see, if we make it orange, but we want that colour to be white, so then it blends into the tights. And obviously the material wants to be vinyl. Next rectangular image now. Now that is covering up that part there. And same again, that wants to be the colour red and the vinyl for the material. Next one across now. Exactly the same, but on the other side. And once again, same shade of red, vinyl for the material. And then finally, we've got this rectangular image here. And that is covering up that front part there. And yes, the material wants to be vinyl and the colour wants to be white, like so. And just showing you again, vinyl for the material. And now if we go down to boots and shoes. So these are the boots here. Those ones there. So they're just one up from what looks like Wonder Woman kind of boots. And now the material for this is cloth, and default. And the colour wants to be that shade of blue there. So if you look at the hue and the colour picker, that'll give you the correct shade. And again, and again. And I do believe that is it for the Sasha Banks in-ring attire. So now she should be looking something like this. So then if we move across to the entrance attire, so that you can't actually put like the headgear on that she had because there's nothing on the game that looks anywhere close to that. So yeah, we just need to sort out the jacket. So we go down to clothing, go to body, go down to jackets. So it's this one here. Now the material for this, we have chosen vinyl again, and the colour wants to be white. And now going into the images for the jacket. So we've got this line image first, which as you can see is covering up that part there. Same again, the material for these are all going to be vinyl. And the colour for this one is red. Next one across now is covering up that part there. Same again, vinyl for the material and red for the colour. Next one across now is covering up that part there. Same again, vinyl for the material, red for the colour. Next one across now is for the bottom part, which is there. And same again, vinyl for the material and red for the colour, as you can see there. Now for this rectangular image. So this is just covering up this part here. So that is where the red has gone more into the jacket than we would like to. It's kind of like made it go a bit wider as we've gone lower down the jacket. So we've just put a white rectangular image over it so it blends into the top like so. Next rectangular image is for, as you can see there, the rim of the jacket. So obviously we want that to be red and the material to be vinyl. Next rectangular image across now is for that part there, as you can see. Same again, that wants to be red and vinyl for the material. Now the next one across now is for the other side of the rim of the jacket. Same again, red and vinyl for the material. Next rectangular image now is for the same but on the other side, as you can see here. So same again, red for the colour, vinyl for the material. Then we've got this line image here next. We've used the line one for this one because for some reason on this arm, when you're using the rectangular one, it was making it like massive, it was making it go more up the arm than we want it to. Don't know why. It might not do that on your 2K22, but it did on mine, so that is why we changed it to the line image. And obviously we want the colour to be red still and the material to be vinyl. Next, rectangular image across now. So this is for the centre part here to look like the belt that she had on. And the material for this one is different now, so this is carbon fibre, and then the colour for this is that shade of like a grey there. So if you look at the hue and the colour picker, that will give you the correct shade. Now the other images going around to make the belt, as you can see, are slightly different. The reason why I've done that is because when you were matching them up together, it was around the edges had like a strange kind of colour which didn't work. So if we just go to material now, I will show you. As you can see there, if we've got a carbon fibre, there is like bits of blue in it. It's not as bad now as it was before. So you know, you could leave it as carbon fibre if you wanted to, but I didn't really like it, so that's why I changed it to this one. And the material for this one is just default, and the colour is the same shade of grey as we used before. Next rectangular image now is for that part there, as you can see there, making it into the belt. And that wants to be the same shade of grey as we used before, and just default for the material. Next one across now. So this one is coming here to make it into a full belt. And same again, it wants to be that shade of grey, and just default for the material. So the materials are already generically set on default anyway, so you don't even need to click on material anywhere. Next rectangular image now, as you can see, is for this part here. Now this one here is just covering up some of the marks that have gone onto the jacket, and the material for this wants to be vinyl again, and the colour wants to be white. Next rectangular image now is covering up that part there, and same again, it's just covering up some marks and lines that have come on from the other images, and that wants to be white and vinyl again. And then lastly we've got this oval image here, and that is for the centre there obviously, and the material for this is satin, and then the colour is red. So that is it for the actual creation of this Sasha Banks, Mercedes Mone as she is now called. So what you also want to do is you want to go to personal information, go to no at the top, it will already be on yes. Name information, so Mercedes Mone, we changed it to there. And then we've got this picture here. I know it's not the same attire that she does have, but the hair is the same. I couldn't find a picture of Sasha Banks in this attire without the ring ropes being in the way, so that is why I chose this picture here. Now, where did I get that picture from? So I edited it on my laptop, put it onto my 2K22 and then uploaded it onto my PS5. If you don't know how to do that, we do a video showing how to do that, but I will upload it onto the community creation and I'll show you where to find it next. And there is our image of Sasha Banks on the community creations. So obviously you can see our name, TheMan Games, hashtag 51996 as the creator. And to find this Sasha Banks, use the hashtags Sasha Banks and Mercedes Mone. So yeah, make sure to download that off the community creations. So I get there's a lot of images and things like going into this Mercedes Mone. So if you don't want to fanny around and doing all the hard work, if we can get 20 yes pleases and 20 likes on this video, I will upload it onto the community creations, so then you don't have to do any of that work, you can just download it for free and then it's yours on your WWE 2K22. Well, I do hope you did enjoy this how to create video and you did find it helpful. If you did so, if you could subscribe to the channel, if you haven't already, that'd be a great way to help support TheMan Games. If you could click them notifications on as well, then you'll know when our next video goes up on the channel. We're also on social media at TheMan Games on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We're also on Pinterest, Reddit and TikTok as well. Let me know your thoughts on Sasha Banks being in Wrestle Kingdom. Well, it's Mercedes Mone now. Let me know your thoughts on her going to New Japan Pro Wrestling in the comments. Also, there'll be a link in the description below where you can subscribe to our newsletter. By doing so, you'll get a weekly email letting you know what goes up on the channel. So thank you very much for watching and supporting TheMan Games today, and we will see you on the next video.